All right. We got some people coming in. We I'm doing well, thanks. So can everyone see my screen okay as people come in? Um let's just make sure that people got the link. Carolyn's here, Tiara's here. Cool. All right. Very, very good. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of our athletes and or our AC and AP exam live, right? Our webinar, how to help your child ace any AP exam in 2024, 2025 edition. So new year, we're coming back on the school year starting, and crazy how fast summer has gone. But yeah, so we had about 50 people registered for this webinar, so we're gonna give it another minute. Let the email reminder go out as well, and we'll get started here momentarily. So there we go. And yeah, I think we're good. So hopefully a couple more people pop in, but this will be available by replay later. And yeah, so what do we got for us today? So how to help your child ace any AP exam in 24-25. And wow, what a year it's been. First off, if you don't know who I am, my name is Dr. Joe Sebastian. I am a principal, and I'm an expert in educational leadership and a founder of a tutoring and coaching company for AP courses. The company is actually called Acing AP Exam, or sorry, is called Supported Tutoring, but that company has transformed to a couple different names. We were originally athletes in AP history, where we helped athletes ace their AP history exams. And a lot of people said, why just athletes? And it wasn't just athletes, it was because we teach time saving strategies and some skills. Now, we changed the group because we had a lot of kids who were non athletes, but busy students. And a lot of busy students taking multiple AP courses. And so the success we were having was that we saw last year 8 different courses represented by our programs, and they did great, phenomenal actually. We had a 91% pass rate of the AP exams of kids in our various programs, and that includes kids who join with like 2 weeks left to the exam. Actually, to grab a book for later here. But we also had a 67% rate of kids that got 4s and 5s so far of people who are reporting. So both of those are double the national average. So I've become very passionate about this. So we expanded our programs to acing AP exams. We revised what we offer, and just being in the educational field for 15 years has allowed me extensive experience in helping students achieve their academic dreams by acing AP exams and assisting families in navigating the complex AP course load and exam demands. I know I have a lot of students that are first generation Americans. Their families might be from other countries, so they might not know how to navigate this system. And again, last year, helping over 100 students ace their AP exams. We've helped over 400 students score 4s and 5s, which is phenomenal. We've helped earn over $500,000 in college tuition from acing AP exams, because if your child scores those high scores on their exams, they are going to earn college tuition savings, not directly, but by the classes they do not have to take in college if leveraged correctly. They also have an opportunity to win scholarships as well, but there is direct college savings by your child not having to take these AP exams, which is pretty cool. So, and just real quick for you guys joining the webinar and those watching the replay, at the end, everyone's going to get a free gift. There'll be actually a couple opportunities to get a free gift, so if you hang in there. But more on that later. So I want to start off with just a story of, this was a most recent story of one of our students, and it really culminates in why I do this and why we offer these things, because it actually reminds me all the time when we get stuff like this, unprompted, not that we asked for it, just an email from a parent a couple days after the AP scores came out. This is from Victoria, a mom of a daughter that was in our program. And so it starts off, I wanted to reach out to you and say thank you so much for your program and personal attention to my daughter. When I contacted you in February, my child was stressed out to the point that I was worried about her mental well-being. Of course, I did not tell her that. As you recall, her high school does the block schedule similar to colleges, a year course in a semester, which is crazy, by the way. 4x4 is crazy. When her high school teacher told parents at the beginning of the semester the layout of the AP exam and the amount of writing in a time fashion, I asked if she was sure she wanted to continue, knowing even though she was not great at wasn't great at writing, it took her a long time to formulate thoughts. She told me, "Yeah, I know, but I'm not going to drop the course." Even though she lacked self-confidence, especially when it came to writing, she was determined to push forward for her future college endeavors. When we started your program, she was playing catch up in the content due to traditional high school and block high school curriculum. Thank you for adopting your program for her. In a matter of weeks, I saw her self-confidence increase, which was validated in the one-on-one feedback from our professor. And I'll give a shout out to John Henry. At the end of the program, Professor John Henry felt she would score a 4, maybe a 5 with a few suggestions. She solidly achieved an A in the course in high school. She came out of the AP exam confident she passed with at least a 3. So here we are today on vacation, camping in Grand Teton National Park. Shout out, going there next year. Last night, I laid awake knowing my kid was going to log in this morning, hoping we were going to continue to have an awesome vacation. She emerged from her tent and didn't offer any information, and I didn't want to ask. She eventually came up to me with her phone in hand and showed me her score in AP Bio, which she wasn't feeling confident about after her AP exam. It was a 4. I scrolled down the AP Euro, drum roll, 5. She did it. I am so proud of her, and I'm so glad that we invested in your program. I truly feel that your program has made her a better writer across the board. So, big shout out to that family. It is one of my favorite days of the year when parents share their scores from our programs back to us. So, congratulations to that student. I'm wishing her continued success. And that is why we do these things. So, this year I have a bigger goal. Last year I was trying to help 100 students help with their AP exams. This year, I'm going up to 1,000 students. I want to help over 1,000 students earn college credit by acing their AP exams, because 50% of students who take AP exams fail to score a 3. Think about that. 50% of the 4 million AP exams fail to score a 3. A lot of college credit. On top of that, 70% of students fail to score a 4 or 5, literally costing thousands of dollars in college tuition save. So by the end of this webinar, you will have actionable strategies to help your child ace any exam this year. Does that sound good? Let me know if that sounds good in the comments. Let me know you guys are watching, listening. Yes, in the comments if that sounds good. You're going to walk away with some real strategies here on this webinar tonight. Does that sound good? Awesome. Carolyn's in it for it. Yes. So just a little background on me, just to give the context. I was originally a history teacher, and I went into education because of my love of history. I wanted to be the best teacher possible. I thought by telling compelling stories and having amazing examples, it would be enough to have students share a love of history that I did. I was wrong. By the spring of my first year of teaching, I was so burnt out. My class had spring fever, and even though my students enjoyed my learning activities, I did not really feel like I accomplished what I wanted, even though my assistant principal said I was one of the best teachers she had seen. But it was my first year, question mark. Okay, I was kind of, well, I don't know if I should be the best teacher at this point in my first year. So fast forward to year 3, had moved to another school, new state, new subject, advanced IB US history, very similar to AP US history. And the task was to prepare students for their paper 3 exam, which was 3 long essays that they had to write in less than 3 hours. No multiple choice. Oh, and the content that they learned was from a year ago. So they learned content their junior year and were tested on it their senior year, meaning that we taught it to their students in their junior year and they tested on their senior year. So a very big challenge. The school's historical paper 3 pass rate, which was our subject, was a 20%. I had no idea what I was doing. Luckily, my colleague across the hall did, and we ended up working together to change the way the curriculum was taught. So we focused on teaching skills, which meant students spent the majority of their time with us in the classroom in discussion and practicing the skills of writing through our various frameworks. Fast forward a year and the results came in. And from that cohort of paper 3, there was a 90% pass rate. It was incredible. Better yet, our students earned thousands of dollars in college credit. One of them ended up going to Columbia. I feature on our channel for free during her first year of school. She earned $65,000 with the credit she saved. That's when I realized that being a teacher is not about telling students what you know. It's about getting them to do it and show you. That may sound like really, really straightforward, but I am in my 15th year of education and 8th as a principal. Our schools are filled with very passionate teachers. This is not going to be a teacher bashing session or a public school bashing session, but I will tell you a lot of them are great tellers. Okay, whoever does the work does the learning. So this works mostly for students who are good at school, meaning they can sit and they get A's. I'm telling you right now, there are a lot of students that are going to start the school year. They're going to go through their AP courses and they're going to get A's, only to be disappointed by the AP exams. But more and more students are not engaged in their learning, right? You show up, you do your work, get good grades. They are bored. And of course, they also have social media. There's a lot of distractions. So you might be asking, I'm sure you might be asking, what does this have to do with AP courses? Well, AP courses are now designed to teach skills. Their exams measure skills like critical thinking and writing skills. If students aren't taught the skills they need to pass, or worse, spend no time practicing, how will they pass the exam? Which is probably why there is a 50% fail rate historically. And it's not the teacher's fault. Most are only focused on covering the curriculum. I was too until I started teaching another way. And that's what I want to share with you today, the different way. I want to share with you, parents, my 5 secrets to helping students score 5s on their AP exam successfully. Does that sound good to everyone? We put 5 in the comment if you want your child to score 5. Thank you, Carolyn, Rainey. Awesome. Absolutely. So how do we do it? Okay. Secret number 1, understanding the AP course and the exam for each subject. Every course is different. Every AP course is different. Okay. We have created individual guides for each topic at your request. So one of those requests, the free request, if you want one of our free guides that breaks down the course for you so you don't have to guess, unless you want to do the work yourself, just let us know in the comments which course you want, and we'll send it to you. Okay, someone will do it, or you can drop us a comment on the Facebook page and we'll get it to you. But we have guides. But you first must understand, gotcha, Carolyn, AP and geography. But you first must understand how each exam is structured and what is being assessed. So let's just look at AP history, for example. 60% of the exam is writing. So here are the changes I promised to the structure of exam. Not all exams are going to be covered. It's just the changes this year, probably before the teacher that your child has even knows. AP Psychology has undergone significant revisions to align with the American Psychological Association's 2022 recommendations. The content is now organized into 5 themes: biological, cognitive development, social and personality, and mental and physical health. Notably, health and psychology and positive psychology have been added, while the study of endocrine system and moral reasoning have been removed. On the exam multiple choice section, it's reduced from 100 to 75 questions, which each of these questions now only having 4 choices instead of 5. Shout out to my AP Human Geography parent watching, because they still have 5 choices. And the section time has now increased from 50 to 90 minutes. So AP Psychology is going to be way more skill-based than cognitive recall. And it continues on the free response questions because it introduces 2 new free response questions. The first is an article analysis question, require a student to analyze a peer-reviewed source. And the second is evidence-based question, ask students to make and justify claims based on multiple studies. This is a skill. And if your AP Psychology teacher is not ready for it, you're going to be left in the dark on the exam. And it will be all digital starting this May. AP Physics. Anyone here have a child taking AP Physics this year? Anyone here having a child taking AP Physics this year? let us know. Rainy does. So they're all 4 AP Physics courses, no matter what they're taking, all 4 have been revised to ensure consistent content, language, and skills across the courses. The updated framework aims to provide a clear sequential structure for both teachers and students. So what it basically is saying is there is complete alignment across the 4 in terms of how they're measuring these things. And so really when I send you the guide, it's a breakdown for one physics, but it applies to all 4. And it's streamlined so that kids are more consistent with their answers. And AP Chemistry, anyone here for AP Chemistry, let us know. AP Chemistry, the scope remains unchanged. There are minor updates for clarity, improved student engagement, changes including retitling units, topics, updating the equation sheet, and removing big ideas from enduring understandings along the framework. Additionally, the learning objectives and essential knowledge statements have been adjusted for better alignment and transparency. Multiple choice questions now have 4 answer choices instead of 5. Carolyn, I'm sorry, human geography has not revised yet. The chemistry, they took it down to 4. Great. So it's better. And then practice exams to reflect the resequence topics and framework changes. Again, all of these, we will give you free guides. We've created free guides on each subject. Type the subject in the chat and we will get it to you. That's the big secret. Understand the AP exam. All of you have the power to understand the AP exam. You can go to College Board website right now, or you can request a free guide and we will send it to you. Okay? All right. Secret number 2, effective study strategies. Studying smarter, not harder, focusing on skill building rather than rote memorization. Trust me, I know this. I have tutored hundreds of students now. Spending hours a night reviewing one history book or one science book or one English book is hopeless. Okay? What are you trying to do? It's also a waste of time. I'm not saying don't read it. I'm saying don't read it that way. And our secret lies in our ACE framework. Active learning. So we want students to engage with the material through discussion, practice problems, and teaching others. Okay. Hopefully this happens in class, but oftentimes it doesn't. So students need an opportunity to engage with the material, trying to make sense of it. Critical thinking. Develop analytical skills to understand and solve complex problems. During the school year, we will give out many resources on the Facebook group on that we use in our private coaching to help develop the critical thinking skills. But this is something that needs to be done through the year and practice. And then the exam techniques. You want to learn the specific strategies for tackling different types of questions and managing exam time effectively. When students develop this, they can spend less than an hour a night on homework and studying. Secret number 3, time management. So busy students will always be busy students. Getting into the flow of studying is also important. Students need to block out distractions and time blocks for deeper learning. So one of the most effective ways to double your study time is double blocking. I have invented this term, so there is nothing else on the market that will claim that this is a strategy, but I'm telling you it works. I know it works because most students spend their nights with homework, right? They spend their nights going through homework and maybe play video games and go to sleep. Very few students spend any morning time reviewing their notes from the previous school day and reflecting on their learning. I am telling you right now, the best retention strategy I have had in terms of application of skills when I was in college that I wish I knew as high school was reading my notes from the day before or the class before, especially if you're block scheduling right before the class. So I knew exactly where to pick up and what we had talked about last. Even 5 minutes for each subject will help the brain connect to the topic and streamline information. Secret number 4 is exam preparation. This is going to be very controversial. I say this with a doctoral degree and my dissertation on mental health literacy for high school students. There is no such thing as test anxiety. Okay? There is no such thing as test anxiety. Only a lack of practice and preparation. If students have test anxiety, it's probably because they're not prepared. Test jitters is not the same as test dread. Everyone can get a little nervous, but anxiety true fear comes from students not preparing. If students prepare in a way that there is literally nothing a test can throw at them that they aren't ready for, what is there to be worried about? Do we agree on that? Can we agree on that? Everyone say yes in the comments if you agree. No, if you don't, it's okay. You won't hurt my feelings. But if you agree, let me know that if we can prepare kids that there is nothing. And that is what I'm telling you is one of my favorite times of the year is the days before the AP exams when our students say they're not worried. They go into the exam confident because that only comes with practice, feedback, and more practice. The time is different for every student. Here's what we fail to understand as parents. Because your kid does not get it, does not mean they won't. The time is different for every student. Some need more and some need less, but every student needs the practice. Okay? And secret number 4 is parent support. Support, not pressure, is extremely important. Here are some tips for parents. Create a structure, study environment. Just designate a quiet, distraction-free area for studying. Ensure that they have resources, books, internet access to stationery, and readily available. Now, kids have phones. I know they do. I'm in high school. They might say that they pay attention better if they're listening to music. Okay, that is a misguided study technique because there was a study that research showed that classical music, listening to classical music can increase retention, not listening to pop music. So earbuds in means they're not as effective. Their brain is literally crossing wires. That is not good. They need a quiet environment, distraction free. Encourage a balanced routine. I know a lot of our parents have kids that are taking 5, 6, 7 AP exams. There needs to be balance in their schedule. They can't just do study the whole time. There should be physical activity, relaxation. They should be able to take breaks and sufficient sleep. And set realistic goals. Assist your child in achieving short-term and long-term goals for their AP course and exam. Break down larger tasks and manageable steps to avoid overwhelming them. Okay. Obviously, we want our kids to get 5s, right? Everyone wants to get 5s. But I'm telling you, for everyone that's going to get 5s and wants to go in the Ivy League, sometimes they won't take it. You're better off not setting this unreasonable expectation of a 5 or bust and get a 4 and have college credit at 2,000 other schools and really only 20 some schools accept 5s. It varies by school. 5s do open more doors. I'm not saying 5s are impossible, but I don't want you to put the pressure on a kid at the expense of their basically mental well-being. We want to make sure we create that positive environment. Monitor their progress, check in on their progress, use tools like planners or digital apps to track assignments and deadlines. So I'm a big paper person. I like the physical dopamine that comes from crossing off a to-do list. Some kids want to do apps and stuff like that. I will tell you that if you want to monitor their progress as a parent, have some kind of shared progress monitoring. Don't just leave it to them to create it because usually they don't know what they're doing. So unless it's on paper and there's physical tasks or like something on the refrigerator or somewhere in a common area, share an app that you can monitor their progress. And then provide emotional support. Make sure we're offering encouragement, celebrate the small victories that boost their confidence because it is truly all about growth. It is not where you start, it's where you finish. The earlier you start, the bigger your finish. I'm telling you, AP courses and exams are meant to be hard. They are college level. Succeeding or struggling in them does not mean anything about your child one way or the other. Hear me again. Succeeding or struggling in them does not mean anything about your child one way or the other. So the biggest problem we see with AP courses and students acing them is the amount of time spent on practicing the necessary AP exam skills and getting feedback. This is independent to their learning in school because they're covering content. So even if your child has an A in the course, it does not mean they will do well on their exams. Again, 50% of students fail these exams. Now, I could show you how we have helped over 93% of students pass their AP exams and 70% of them score 4s and 5s. Would you like me to show you that? Are you guys okay with me showing you that, this process? Awesome. Cool. Thank you. So we have created the AP Masterclass Academy. Okay, so for context, last year we offered the AP Masterclass, and it provided weekly group classes plus one-on-one test prep for select AP courses, for single AP courses. And we charged about $3,800 for one class for the year. And we had over 70 students alone sign up for the AP Masterclass. And we got amazing results. We got 5s across the board. We got 4s. We got happy families. We got pumped students. We got moms sending me shout outs. It was awesome. We got thank yous. I really liked all the text messages. And it was just great. I mean, it was great. It was our biggest study ever of 70 kids plus our 30 other test prep kids. But again, I know at that price, some families cannot justify it. It's a lot of money. Technically, we are less than Princeton, which is a program that guarantees scores, but that some families just can't justify it. So this year, we're doing something completely different. In addition to we do have those programs. I'm telling you, we do have those programs. But this year, we're doing something completely different this year because I am passionate about getting more help to more students, which means more value for less. You guys okay with that? More value for less, hopefully, right? So here's what you're going to get. Here's what the Masterclass Academy entry level exists. Right now, there's no guarantees in this program, but I'm giving you a lot. Weekly live AP subject coaching by AP experts. This is a $10,000 value because you are going to have daily classes provided by AP teachers, graders, and college professors covering topics in history, English, math, science, and more. 36 weeks of classes, 180 hours, I should say hours, not hours, hours of live coaching and tutoring, and they're all done via Zoom and recorded for replays. You get single subject courses. So all the courses we cover, there's 18 in total. You have access to asynchronous courses that dive in and get specific help for them, which is a $2,500 value. An AP test prep course for each subject. So we sold these alone. The AP self-paced test prep course each last year was $297. You're getting these all included. It's self-paced step by step. If you want to add one-on-one coaching, you can. But the cool thing about all of our self-paced test prep courses is they have AI coaching in them. You get a community membership, which is a $2,500 value, engaging with teachers and tutors inside the community, get all your questions answered. So you always have support, 24/7 support from our team. We have a whole team in the background that can help you so your students never get stuck. We're always in reach. We have a vault. It contains all of our past coaching calls and trainings. So everything we did last year is accessible to your student, your child. They can watch the replays. We have a resource database, literally years of teaching resources and guides to help them. And as a bonus, we're doing a family orientation setup call. So this is usually only reserved for our one-on-one students, but for anyone that is part of our membership program, they'll get a free setup call. They'll also get access to the College Exploration Search course. If you're thinking about paying for a college consultant, don't. Our program has it included. Now it's group access. If you want one-on-one, obviously that's more exclusive, but we're giving you this as a bonus. And we're giving you monthly college consultation family calls, again in group format. But some college consultants charge $500 an hour. We're giving you these all year long, continuation of the program for $5,000 value as included as an added bonus. So that is a lot you're getting for the Masterclass Academy. Total value of this would be about $30,000. Okay, in total value. It does not cost $30,000, so don't worry. Now, I just want to point out something. If you took these AP review courses with another company, they charge between $2,000 and $6,000. Literally go look up our competitor, Princeton Review. They charge for a single course per subject, $6,000 per subject. So that means you could spend $6,000, $12,000, $18,000, $24,000 for guaranteed 5s. And remember, the average cost saving per college credit is between $3,000 and $5,000. So charging $20,000 for a guaranteed program makes sense. But we are not charging that, although it would be justifiable. We're not charging $10,000. We're not charging $5,000. We're not charging $1,000. We're not charging $500. We're not even going to charge what we are regularly going to charge a month going forward, which is $147. And that is a price that allows us to pay for high quality instructors and systems to support. This is like a one time only, never again early bird offer for parents who want to make sure their kids get fives on the exam. Again, there is no guarantee that, but this is the access that most of our high paying students and families do have access to, just not all the way. It's not the same, but you do get a lot. So, whoever you are, one time only, $97 a month, cancel anytime, no long term contracts. The only catch is that if you cancel, you can't get that price again because it'll be our normal price at 147. So if you stay, you get that price forever, but you can even pass it down to your younger children. But we will even allow you to pause it between kids if there's a gap. But this will only apply to this offer. And if you get in at this price, locking in the price forever. But wait, I am giving you a 7-day free trial for attending this webinar. That means you can sign up and we'll give you access to everything. We'll even do that one-on-one onboarding call with you. And if you can, and you can even attend next week's AP on-ramp orientation course. And if you do not want to continue, you can still cancel and pay $0. So look, if you're here now, you are the king and you've already made the decision, right? If you are here at this point, I know you're the kind of person that really cares about their kid's future. And as long as you're on one of the first 15 parents who signs up today, you'll receive full access to our AP Masterclass Academy. And not only that, but you'll get a 7-day free trial too. You don't pay anything to get started. And even though we're holding your spot for the Academy, the only thing we can't do is hold it for too long. This is the first time we've ever offered something like this similar. It's a trial just to see what interest there is at getting families on a non-committal, no guarantee offer, but access to a lot of the same supports that our families in our higher end programs have. We've had over 70 students sign up for our $3,800 AP Masterclass. So if that was last year. So if you're a parent who's committed to your child's academic success, and even if you're a parent who values college level education, and if you're a parent who wants to save thousands of dollars on future college tuition, then you've already made the decision. Otherwise, you wouldn't have stayed this long on this web class. So let's take everything we just said about how your child will master their AP exam skills and how they'll receive expert coaching and they'll potentially earn college credits. And let's make it a reality for your family. You understand the importance of AP courses and exams, and you're ready to invest in your child's success. After all, most college prep programs run tens of thousands of dollars, and they're still worth it. And college itself can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you take action now. Lock in that AP Masterclass Academy for $97 per month. And again, there is no long-term commitment. If you don't like it, you can cancel. The regular price will be $147. Any questions? I'm putting the checkout link in the chat right now. If there are any questions, I can do it. So basically, you are getting a 7-day free trial plus a free onboarding call. So the checkout page does require a credit card on file. So we're dropping the price from $297 to $147. It's over a $200 discount. It's going to eventually be $147. But basically, there is no charge for today. I act like I'm sharing your screen. I'm not. There we go. So basically, no pressure. But what do you get? You get everything we just talked about. You get access, the basic level access to a lot of our support programs, everything we're going to include in our membership for $97 a month. If you do want to do the trial, all you got to do is click on the link, fill in your name, your email address, put in your credit card. It does not charge anything today. It'll be $0. In 7 days, it will charge unless you cancel. After you sign up, there will be a link to a registration page. Now, it's very, very important that you fill out that registration page, because on that registration page, that will be the information I need to automatically create your account. You will then be prompted to do your onboarding call, and we can get your onboarding call up and running. And next week, we will have our AP on-ramp course. This is where we teach the initial skills, how to understand what's going on in the course. So it's all private coaching. It's not going to be available live on the Facebook group, but it's only there. And it'll be available to you. So you basically can have all 4 of those days of classes for free and still cancel and not go forward. Our regular classes will start August 19th. There will be a class every day of the week involving an AP topic. They will have expert AP teachers. So they'll teach skills during that time, and they'll answer questions. And then, of course, you have 24/7 support, and you have the availability to jump on one-on-one calls as an option. But that is everything you're going to get. And if you are still interested, let me know if that link worked for you, if it didn't work for you. But if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them for you right now. But that is all. That's all we have for today. So hopefully that was informational. And again, if you want those guides, we can help you as well. But I really appreciate your time, your attention to this, and any questions at all, let me know. Do we find this helpful at all? Was this informational? So I appreciate your guys' time. I'm going to sign off. There will be a replay available later on. Thank you, Rainey. You're welcome. Looking forward to having you in the program. And I think you gotta make sure you book your onboarding call there, Rainey, from earlier. Carolyn, helpful, hopefully. Any questions? Right. So I am going to wrap up. Do you have the link? Let me see if I